Welcome back to Green is Good, and we're so excited today to have my friend Maya Volk. She's the founder and CEO of Global Hyperbaric. Welcome to Green is Good, Maya.
Hi, John. How you doing?
Great. I'm wonderful today, and I'm so glad you're coming on the show. You have such an important story to share in a business. And, listen, before we get going, a couple things, a little housekeeping. I want to first give our listeners, I'm on your website right now. It's very informational. I want to give our listeners your great website. It's www.globalhyperbaric.com. Please go to the website. You can learn more about what Maya does and the important work she does in terms of helping people heal. Maya, before we get talking about Global Hyperbaric and the great business you've created, talk a little bit about your story and how you even came up with this amazing idea and how you got started.
Well, I was very, very fortunate to be meeting Dr. Hauser. Dr. Hauser is the worldwide known neurotoxicologist, immunotoxicologist in the field, and I've been walking into his door about 10 years ago, and I've been blown away and fascinated when I had a little tour in his office. First of all, it did not look like a regular doctor's office. There were lots of cut-off newspaper about mold exposure, and there were lots of posters on the wall with the brain functions and SPECT scan before and after. As I know right now, hyperbaric oxygen therapy. There were posters about ADHD improvement. There were posters about immune function system, anti-aging, sperm count, you name it. And it was very interesting. And then I been introduced to hyperbaric oxygen chamber, which was in one of the rooms. And I remember my reaction to that. I was, what kind of submarine is that? And my business associate told me, you're going to be young forever. And it was like genie was out of the bottle at that particular moment, because I knew what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. Because as a woman and living in Los Angeles, we all would like to stay young and look our best. And I was very, very fascinated and impressed with what Dr. Hauser has been done over the years. And that's how I got started to learning from him and being trained by him and introduced to this wonderful hyperbaric oxygen therapy.
And I have to just say to our listeners, you're not only a friend of mine, Maya, but I'm also a client of yours. When I broke my nose, you've helped me get well. When my wife broke her foot, she used the hyperbaric oxygen to make sure the foot healed correctly, and also much, much faster than it would have ever healed on its own. So let's go into a little bit how your system works. How does the hyperbaric oxygen system work? How does people enjoy the benefits of it? Do they get into a chamber, or how does it? Explain to our listeners how the whole thing works.
Well, the Global Hyperbaric is a provider of the complete solution for the betterment of life through the natural and proven benefits of pressurized oxygen treatment.
Okay.
The person that usually comes over, or I come to them, and they go inside into this 7-foot, I would say it looks like a big training machine, but it's soft and it has a very soft cushioning inside. It's very comfortable. It's very roomy.
Right.
And the person laid down inside, and they breathe highly concentrated oxygen while lying in a pressurized chamber.
And the people who are in the chamber, because I've been in the chamber so many times, it's not only very comfortable, but you could either sleep or read or talk on your phone or listen to music, or really it's a very comfortable and enjoyable experience.
Yes, well, we are very, very equipped with all the tools needed. You can bring your computer inside and work. You can lay down and read a magazine or book because everybody different. I prefer to sleep. As soon as I lay down in the chamber, in about 5 to 10 minutes, my whole body is completely relax, and I feel great. And I take this time to rejuvenate and revitalize all my cells.
You know, Maya, your business model for Global Hyperbaric is very unique. Can you share with our listeners why and how you did something different and why you have set yourself apart in the hyperbaric oxygen healing industry?
We living in a city of beauty. Los Angeles is a standard of all the beautiful.
Hollywood.
It's the people looking into to look their very best in Hollywood, and also everybody loves the service.
Right.
So I combine both. I created the model of mobile hyperbaric oxygen services to you, because I've had run into a lot of situations when the clients were injured or they couldn't basically come to me. So that's how was created mobile services, and I maintain to be the only one in Southern California who provides the mobile units to any location: houses, movie studios, hotels, aftercare facilities, and so forth.
What a brilliant idea. In the city of cars, you've made it very easy for people to get well faster by bringing them your great hyperbaric oxygen therapy.
Yes, everybody busy, especially people don't have time in traffic to lose a couple of hours to come to me. So in order to easier their life and provide superior services, we come to them, and it takes only a couple of minutes to set up, and people are very, very pleased to have perhaps hyperbaric chamber in their own house.
You know, Maya, you've had many, many fascinating and interesting clients over the 10 years because you're my friend. I've got to hear about them. But, you know, recently I saw Hillary Clinton on Diane Sawyer talking about her concussion of a couple years ago. Can you share a little bit about, you know, what kind of clients come to you with what kind of ailments, and are concussions something that could benefit from your global hyperbaric oxygen therapy?
A lot of clients from concussion, I would say the boxers. Everything would have to do with the contact sport. Right. People have concussion. Let's say the boxer is boxing. They're getting knocked out in their face, and the blood goes to the brain, the blood goes to the face. So after the concussion, you place somebody in a chamber, and it helps to reduce the inflammation from the brain and the body, and everybody, it seems like helping concussion a lot. Also, there is perhaps a lot of people who've been in a car accident and they are getting concussions. So it's very well helping concussions with boxers, as I said. Lots of people who does pro sports such as hockey players, wrestlers, martial arts, basketball, baseball, you name it. So it is helping tremendously, not to help concussion, but also it helps your endurance, performance, duration, and so forth. So if you run, you might run faster.
And you don't have to be a professional athlete. You could be a weekend warrior and still get tremendous benefits from the hyperbaric oxygen, correct?
Absolutely, absolutely. Anybody who is taking pride to look their best and exercise, they can benefit from that. Not only that, every college student, because there is lots of young kids who are starting their career, and they need a little boost of energy, they need vitality, they need to increase their productivity, and most of all, they need to relax their muscles and be able to go the next day again and perform at their best. That's where they're coming over here, not to mention concentration level, benefits, which will help them to study for the test.
How about people... How about people getting ready for surgery or who come out of surgery, elective or otherwise? How beneficial is hyperbaric oxygen pre and post surgery for people? And what have you seen with your clients, Maya?
Well, my biggest referral base from worldwide known doctors, plastic surgery, sports injury. I've worked with lots of doctors in the field. Not only that people find me because it is incredible healing method complementary to any sports injury or plastic surgery. The person always recommended to have one session before because it oxygenates them and it's easier to go through any procedure. And right after the surgery, they place the chamber, which is eliminate the bruising, swelling, pain, and also a lot of people go through anesthesia. And one of the greatest factor is detoxification, which will be easier for people to recover from plastic surgery or sports injury. And it is increasing tremendously healing, and it's basically much less pain. I have a lot of people who comes after sports injury. I've been working with pro athletes, including glaciers, and we all heard about it everywhere, from ankle surgery recovery to minor twist of arm or leg. So it will help tremendously.
And you've even worked on Olympic champions.
Yes, I did. It was a great pleasure to prepare one of my clients, and I can talk about it because his testimonial on my website, and anybody can read about it. Asama Milauli, he was preparing for the 2008 Beijing Olympics, and he came to see me because he had a bad back injury, and he didn't know if he would be even attending the Olympics at that time. So being in my chamber for 7 days, 2 hours a day, and I was with my mobile services at USC campus because he couldn't, as everybody else, he didn't have time and it was hard for him to move. He left the Beijing in about a couple of weeks or so, and then he come back with a testimonial. Maya, thank you so much for letting me accomplish my dream, playing gold medal Olympic, which was the best reward. In order for me to see somebody happy and accomplish their dream. That's what I'm here for.
Well, I know that for a fact. For our listeners who just joined us, we've got Maya Volk on with us today. She's the founder and CEO of Global Hyperbaric. To learn more about what Maya does and her important healing with the Global Hyperbaric system, go to www.globalhyperbaric.com. I'm on your website right now, and first of all, I love your website. I love how much information's there, how transparent you are. But I mean, there's a beautiful picture on it right on the landing page, and it shows Dr. Oz and Oprah Winfrey, and it says the benefits of hyperbaric chambers was featured on Oprah by Dr. Oz. So this is something that is not just a news piece from the 1980s with Michael Jackson, who was using it for all the right reasons also, but this is actually now being accepted by great leaders like Dr. Oz and Oprah Winfrey and other people who see the benefits of this important therapy. Correct?
Absolutely. The hyperbaric, not my hyperbaric, but hyperbaric was featured on Dr. Oz and Oprah. Right. And it's been talked about great benefits of it. And Michael Jackson, let me just refer to you on Michael Jackson. I don't know how many people knows, but Michael Jackson was placed in a hyperbaric chamber because he burned his face and his scalp in a Pepsi commercial. It was an explosion, and he got injured. And after that, he was very fortunate, as a matter of fact, because doctors knew about it, and his scalp and his face got completely restored. And we saw for many years after that, but he was an absolutely great performer as far as dancing and singing and so forth. Right. So Michael Jackson is actually a great example of how the hyperbaric healing works. But
Right.
to put the Michael Jackson aside, there is a lot of great performance and who I'm dealing with on a daily basis. And everybody looks great,
Right.
feels great, and oxygenation to the body helps in every form.
And so you just gave, the media didn't talk about the healing to the skin. They just said he was in the chamber. So now you made sense. There was real science behind him going in the hyperbaric oxygen. It was to heal the burns from the Pepsi commercial. That makes a lot of sense. And speaking of Michael Jackson, you know, Maya, I have the benefit of you being my friend, so I know some of these great stories. Share your favorite story. We're down to the last 3 minutes or so. Share your favorite story with regards to someone coming to see you and getting better because of your great therapy.
Well, in plastic surgery, there is the term dead skin. Dead skin occurs where there is no circulation to the skin, and basically I had a case where one lady came to me and she had a breast enlargement procedure, and one of the breasts just become a dead skin. And everybody in town, including highest doctors, they were telling her that she would be amputated. One of her breasts would be amputated, and her doctor referred her to me. And after 2 weeks, 2 hours in a hyperbaric chamber, she got her breast sensitivity and tissue and everything back. So there were no amputation, there were no discomfort to her life after that, and everybody was absolutely wonderfully amazed with what hyperbaric can do as far as the plastic surgery. I also have different people. It's always blown my mind because there is so many different people
who need help to get well.
That. Yeah. Absolutely. And like one of the clients had a stroke, and she came over here hardly walking, and her right side was not having any sensitivity. It was paralysis to the right side, and she tried the hyperbaric chamber for 1 hour, and when she got out of the chamber, her right side sensitivity come back. She could move her arms and her facial movement, and it's blown me away. She was continuous coming for quite of time for 2 hours every day, because the Dr. Heuser was talking about consistency is the key, an amount of hours, but it was a great improvement every day, more and more and more and more. Well, and I can tell you lots of stories because I have different people. I had a guy in a wheelchair, and he was walking very slowly and hardly walking, and then with my mobile services, I was at his house. Well, and every day he was going in the hyperbaric chamber, and the next day he could walk a little, and better and better and better.
Well, I know it works. I've used it. I've used your great services to get my nose better. Tammy used hyperbaric oxygen to get her foot better faster. So we know it works. Again, thank you for coming on today, Maya. We're going to have you back. And for our listeners out there that want to learn more about Maya's great work, www.globalhyperbaric.com. Thank you, Maya, for being a visionary, holistic healer and leader. You are truly living proof that green is good.